The last week has been full of rage, frustration, and sadness, for obvious reasons. But given Dokibird's latest tweet, and how she wants us all to move on, I'm going to do just that. While I will never forgive the company that shall not be named, I won't waste my anger on them anymore. Will I ever engage with any of their content? No, I won't. Not until they've changed, which I find highly unlikely. Instead, we're going to focus on something a little more wholesome, a little more enjoyable, a little more fun. And that is the benefits/perks to VTubing and being part of this community and how it can change someone's life for the better. Now, obviously there are a lot of negatives as we've touched on in the past week, but there are a lot of positives too. For one, you get to find an Oshi, like Dokibird or Yuko Yurei or Poco Raccoon, someone you can tune into, someone who makes you happy, someone who makes you smile, someone who just brings joy to your heart and soul and makes it worth looking forward to their content. Not only that, but if you choose to become a VTuber yourself, it can be liberating. Because if you're an introvert like me, or you just value your secrecy, you don't like showing your identity on camera, you don't like revealing anything about yourself. So having a VTuber model can help you in that kind of situation. It can help you be yourself without being yourself, if you know what I mean. Now, I know there's a huge trend lately of VTubers revealing who they really look like, and you know what? That more power to them if they want to do that, but I think it defeats the point of the anonymity of a VTuber. I get these people are more extroverts, they're more camera friendly, and they're like, hey, I want to show myself off. This is what I look like. If you want to do that, go ahead. But to me personally, I think that's a bit silly. Because what's the point of becoming a VTuber if you're just going to show your face anyways? It's not the same as just being a voiceover and then one day doing a face reveal. This is your face. Your model is you, and you are your model. That's what people come here for. You, but at the same time, your model. Because this is your identity. I am Rain Nightingale. That is who I am. And it's a perk for introverts and people with crippling social anxiety, and it's why I'm glad that VTubing has blown up as it has, because it gave people like me, who was really nervous about becoming a YouTuber/VTuber, I mean a YouTuber in general, a chance. Because I could have just been a voiceover, and I would have been fine, but being a VTuber allows me to express myself in a way that I couldn't otherwise. It allows me to speak to you with a face. You know, you can put a face to my words, and that's a little better than a voiceover, I'd like to think. And another perk of the VTuber community is the fan content. You'll see all kinds of wonderful fan art. You'll see artists who are just starting out, artists who are amazing, musicians who are doing little fan remixes, animations. You'll get to see cosplays, and so many other wonderful things that is just mind-blowing. And you get to communicate with these fans. You get to bond over Oshis. You get to bond over events, over funny streams. Like in the latest Dokibird video, you're like, hey, remember Nico from 4 years ago? He was a real MVP. And you get to talk about the funny moments. You're like, hey, remember when they did this or when they did that? And it is honestly a really good and wholesome experience, because you'll find people who like what you like, and you'll talk about that. You'll have debates, and it's all a great situation. And while there are flaws and there can be cliques and parts that seem a little overwhelming, for the most part, it's a very welcoming environment for fans. And if you can just enjoy the positives, it is great. The comments are funny, the memes are funny. Some are a bit grating, of course, because they get beaten into the ground. But those aside, it's a really, I don't know. I started VTubing, I guess, 6 months ago. And I never thought I'd get where I am now, which is at almost 2,000 subscribers. Expect something special for that, by the way. With all these people who like my content, And it can really help your self-confidence. And even if you didn't choose to become a VTuber and you're just a fan engaging with content, that's awesome too. Because it means that, how do I put this? When it comes to VTubers, there is a VTuber for everyone. If one's content isn't for you, there's definitely a VTuber over there that speaks to you. And that's why I like it. It's a huge variety of content creators in one general community where you can find someone you like. And that's why being a fan of VTubing is so nice. There's always a content niche for anyone. And that is kind of like why I chose to do what I did. Pre-recorded videos, occasional talking streams, because I noticed there wasn't really a niche for people who just wanted to sit down and talk. No stress. Just have a nice conversation, right? Both with me and in the comments with your fellow fans. And that is a great thing that the VTuber community has brought to us. Like, I wouldn't be doing my career if VTubers weren't big, you know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I get that when it comes to VTubers, some people see them as cringy, like anime weeb shit, like, oh, look at that, why are you watching that? That's immature. And it's like, it's not though. It's hard to explain how VTubers and the VTubing community and the VTubing sphere as a whole has touched me and touched others in a good way, of course, if you know what I mean. Because like in the heart of the pandemic, we were all locked indoors and we were all lonely and we were unsure of what we wanted to do with our lives. And we started seeing these funny clips of anime girls or anime boys or whatever. And they brought joy and smile to our hearts. And it brought us all together in the community. So even though we were separated in real life, we felt closeness. We didn't feel alone. We felt like we could come together with a common interest. And that's why I think the VTubing community is so amazing. I've had my gripes. I know it has flaws. I addressed the whole elitism problem with it. But it's so much more than that. It can help so much. And that is why when stuff like the drama that just happened occurs, we get so angry because we're like, this is such a great experience. And Doki is just like us. She just wants to have fun. How dare you try to stomp on that fun, that purity, that enjoyment? And that is why we're angry. Not only because they did something unforgivable, but because they don't understand the pureness, the sanctity, the enjoyment of what the VTuber community means to us and everyone else. And like, it's honestly mind-boggling. But, and then that's why it's so amazing at the same time. It is a joy to have this community, a joy to meet all the wonderful people out there. And that is another reason why I wanted to become a VTuber, to pay it forward. Those VTubers were there for me in my darkest times back in 2020 and all that. So I want to be there for people who may be in similar positions. I want to give someone a buddy to talk to, a buddy who can talk about random stuff, make them laugh even, or just give them something to listen to instead of dead silence. That is what I aim to be as a content creator. I don't mean to be anyone grandiose or special. I just want to be your buddy online who talks random shit, rambles about nonsense that probably most people don't care about, but maybe just hearing the voice helps ground you, or maybe you're working outside, going for a walk, and you just need a voice in your ear. I hope to be that voice, not to make you sound insane. I hope to be, your buddy. That's what I want to be. And I know that's parasocial or whatever, but it's okay, because I know that some people want that connection. They need that grounding, that enjoyment, and it's fine. It's fine to consider like the guy on the radio your buddy, because sometimes you need that. Sometimes it's all you need to make it through a day. I know, and I know how hard it can get. So, in I guess as many words, if you're having a hard time out there and the day isn't going well for you, just remember, I'm here for you, and so is the community and so many other people. You're never alone. Ask for help. There are free services that can help you. And it is such a heartwarming community. You are never alone. And I hope that at the very least, this video can put a smile on your face, letting you know that it's okay. And allow me to end this video by saying, if you've come to this channel and you somehow see the video, I just want you to know you're welcome here no matter what beliefs you have or whatever, okay? I just want this to be the friendly bar tavern where you can stop on by and have a nice drink with me when I'm not sober, that is. So if you're scrolling and you come across me, just stop for a minute, okay? Stop, have a nice time, and take a load off, okay? Until next time, bye.